Burglars really avoid houses with dogs? My dad was a cop, and back in the early 70s, he had a pit bull. If someone came to the front door while Dad was home, the dog would let out a soft, almost whisper-like bark. Then, he'd stand silently next to the door watching. Dad often wondered what would happen if he wasn't home, and eventually, he found out. One night, while Dad was at work, someone broke into the house. Thunder, the pit bull, sat quietly in the dark, patiently waiting for the burglar to close and lock the door behind him. Once the intruder was trapped, Thunder relieved the guy of most of his clothing and a significant part of his backside. When Dad got home, the living room was covered with scraps of bloody fabric, and the inside of the door was smeared with frantic, bloody handprints. The burglar had managed to escape, but it wasn't hard to track him down. It was a drug addict who lived a few houses down. The trail of blood led straight to him. Dad chose not to press charges, but he did have a serious conversation with the guy about his life choices. The man admitted there was no way he'd have broken in if he'd known about the dog. Within a week, he had packed up and moved away.
Ads, what's the dumbest way your son tried to prove he was independent? I made my son eggs for breakfast, and the second he took a bite, he put his fork down. Furious. These are disgusting, he said. All right, thanks, Gordon Ramsay. Then, he crossed his arms and declared his independence. He said he didn't need me to cook for him ever again. He said he could take care of himself just fine. The thing is, he was 7